you in the position that you are now. You want to sit there and shake your head and give me the mean mug all you want? My guys are in here getting in work. I get in work every day of the damn week. I've been getting in work for over 20 years. But you think you deserve something you haven't earned. I don't know where you've gotten that, but you better get rid of that. These men right here, they ain't claiming nothing but getting in hard work. We earned everything we got in this ring. I don't know what you're doing, but you better change that because your future isn't looking so bright right now. You can sit here and mean mug and do everything you want to do from outside the ring. It don't mean shit until that bell rings. Gentlemen, let's get out of here.
Oh, good. He can teach him how. Hopefully, he's teaching him his art of no showing, but still getting paid because he was in the same city. You know,
I was really hoping somebody would just be holding up a mirror, like they would just pan out to somebody that just had like one of those little compact beers, and he was just yelling at himself, like your bad attitude is why you're here.
Fucking guy, fucking Loki. I like the little, did you know Loki talks to you like this during every conversation?
Yeah, he was yelling at Southwest like that just the other week.
Shit. That's fucked up, man. Anyway, folks, it is Thursday night. This is Wrestling Outlet. I am Boxman, and across from me in green, looks like he's got a fresh haircut.
That's right, voice of generation. How are you?
Better. Finally feeling better. Saw a doctor. I was getting bad, man. I mean, he just told me I just need some, like, I was only using one of the two medicines I needed. I needed a decongestant and antihistamine, and I was only using basically an antihistamine. I was basically taking allergy medicine only. Got some Mucinex D, and oh, wow. The next day, I was like, wow, I feel a lot better. So I've been taking that. I can take it for another couple days, and then I'm going to, then I should be all right. But, man, that was getting rough. So I will be back doing a Hollywood Hangout this week. I was going to do one movie, and then I'm like, it's October. I should probably do something scary. Exactly. That was my thought, too. So I'll be talking 13 Ghosts on Saturday night. Kind of stick with my little cult movies that no one likes, yet I do. So there we go. Right there. I'll be doing that on Saturday. So I'll be back this Saturday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, having a good time on Hollywood Hangout. So, yeah, we, so Wrestledream happened. I don't know who decided to spend half their life watching it. Holy shit. That was a long.
What a mark.
Now, did you watch Wrestledream, Mark?
After that setup, I'm not going to admit to it. No.
Well, I'll admit I didn't sit through the whole show, but I did scroll through what I needed to.
I watched everything but the fucking 2 out of 3 falls Mortos match because it's like, no, there's no story to this. I'm not wasting what was probably about 40 minutes on some shit that had no heat. That happened. Yeah, everything else I saw, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, there was so many fucking matches on this show. It was like, my God, when is this going to end? But last match was good, really good. That last match, and man, they did it, man. They pulled the trigger. Moxley's a 4-time champion, and Daniel Bryan's full-time in-ring career has been ended. Over. It's over, Johnny. So, man, but we had attempted murder again with the bag.
Mm-hmm.
We did. A lot of people complaining. Poke a hole in it. My God, have you ever watched a movie before These are the people that
Like,
these are the people in the movie theater screaming at the fucking screen.
I like the idea that there are people that are just upset that they weren't actually trying to murder a man on live television.
No one was upset about that. Everyone was upset that Brian didn't just rip a hole in the bag. That's people were upset about. That was the problem.
Using what? His teeth? He's supposed to chew through the fucker like a rat?
His fingers. He had his feet. He had his hands open. Everyone
No.
wanted him. He had his hand under it, trying to keep air coming in because obviously he did not want to die. So he had his finger under it, but I don't know. I didn't think it came off bad at all. I saw a lot of people complaining, but I guess when you have a bag over your head, you may not be thinking I can rip a hole in this thing. You're probably thinking, holy shit, what's happening?
I mean, for whatever it's worth, I'll give you a little bit of an anecdote. I was taking my dog out on a walk Monday, and got up the road, and the neighbor's pit bull decided it was going to escape the fence and decided it was going to stalk us as we walked up the road. It followed us about a damn near half a block or so. And I'm just watching it, and I'm dragging my dog along, making sure that they don't have any interaction. I'm just like, this is gonna suck. It keeps coming. And what didn't dawn on me, because I ended up encountering the pit bull on the way back too, is that I carry a treat pouch with me as we go on walks because I'm teaching the dog how to do different tricks and be obedient and that kind of stuff. Right. I could throw a fucking treat and the dog would just walk away and we could keep going. Didn't occur to me either time because I was more worried about the dogs trying to fucking maul each other than the fact that I had a giant container of treats around my neck that I could easily distract them.
Yeah, the human mind doesn't always work the way we want it to, and a lot of times it's like when you're arguing with someone and then you get in the car and you're like, oh, I should have said this, I should have said that. Fuck. All right, that would have been a great one. But no, all you get out is fuck you, and you walk away. That's just, it's how the fucking human mind works. It doesn't always compute right away. We can sit here and pick it apart all we want, but we're not in the moment, in the act. We don't have a bag on our head. I was hoping you didn't say someone, decided to put a bag over my head. And my dog is missing. I mean,
I saw this pit bull and I was distracted by the pit bull, and then somebody put a bag over my head and they didn't grab my hands, and I just kept flailing my hands around selling the bag instead of actually trying to poke a hole in it.
I woke up with a chihuahua in my hand. I don't know what happened.
Being fed to me by the big boss man.
What's up with the chihuahuas? Anyway, but I don't know.
Jerry Seinfeld just loses it. You put the peanut butter on you and they don't lick it off. What is the deal with the chihuahuas? It's like, nope, get him out of here. Motherfucker made the Pop Tart movie and then he lost his mind.
I was watching some of his stand-up and I'm like, the 90s were a crazy time because his stand-up now isn't funny. Because it's like, yeah, this was kind of just things we knew, but I don't know. His stand-up now isn't funny to me. I don't know. But in the 90s, early 2000s, man, it was, they made a fucking ass ton off that show. So who am I to say? But anyway, folks, we do.
I tell you, his Kramer stand-up wasn't very funny either. Let me tell you, I saw a clip of his. Yeah, you can't get away with that now.
Maybe you can. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I mean, who knows at this point in life? I don't even know the rules anymore at this point, Smark. I just go about my life and try to be nice and not get into arguments with people. That's really all I do, and it seems to work. I'll put it that way.
I've talked about this before, but genuinely, the funniest thing that Seinfeld has ever said, in my opinion, was when they were on the fucking Late Night with David Letterman. Kramer was apologizing for saying that he thought that black people should be hung from trees, and he said that he'd gotten to, quote, trash talk with an Afro-American, and then everybody started laughing, and Jerry Seinfeld said, that's not funny. That was the funniest thing he's ever said, in my opinion.
Well, everyone has their opinions, like assholes. And that was his. But I guess we can. You want to run down Wrestledream, or do you want to start with a couple little news things and then get into Wrestledream? What do you want to do?
I think we already started talking about it, so let's just go ahead.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit about the main event. I guess we can go ahead and get totally into the whole Wrestledream. I mean, it was a long fucking card, folks. We don't even need to talk a lot about the pre-show, but we do need to say one thing. Fucking Rico came back, dude.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Rico came back. I don't know if he's going to be permanent. I don't know how long he's going to be around. Last we talked about Rico, he was a cop.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that gig is still going on and just had some time off. I don't know. But it was cool to see him and Billy get a little interaction together. Again, Billy fame asked him.
Yeah, I was genuinely excited for that, and then I got mad because like only a quarter of the crowd was like excited or knew who he was, and I was like, God damn it! Like, am I getting old? Is this what happens now? Like, Rico only got like a handful of cheers. So I was like, this sucks. And then that also goes to show you like the kind of entitlement that we have as fans, because I saw Rico and I was like, oh, holy shit, Rico, that's cool. And then I was like, does this mean we're gonna get Chuck Palumbo too? Because that would be kind of neat. And then because I mean, like I think he's like around somewhere, like not necessarily involved on a day-to-day or like full-time basis, but I think he's like sort of just out and about. Like you could make some calls, I think, and get him in there.
Look, I think he owns a custom motorcycle shop.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Chuck Palumbo owns his own custom motorcycle shop. So he's just building motorcycles all day. So he could probably take a break.
Yeah.
Could probably take a break, get Billy and Chuck back together, Rico back in there. But Rico came out with the whatever his name is, and Mantaur. They used to be the maximum male models over in WWE. He came out with them, and it fit, man. It really did. And Rico looked pretty goddamn good. I will say that. He looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess being a cop, you got to stay in shape. So he's obviously staying in shape. And like I said, that couldn't have been more than a year and a half ago. We were talking about that story about him becoming a cop. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But I got a feeling this might have just been a one-off. And back to law enforcement, he's probably going to go. If not, hey, I've been wrong before. Wouldn't be bad to see him out there. But that's really all we need to mention on the pre-show, I believe, right? Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, he could be. It's probably just going to be a one-off. But if he's like full-time their manager, it actually kind of fits. So like that'd be kind of cool. As far as the pre-show goes, I think that was about it. They had the Brian Cage match. Brian Cage won the fucking Ring of Honor and whatever bullshit title, TV title, I think it was. Nobody cares.
Yeah, and suddenly Brian Cage is now with Don Callis. When did this get worked out? What happened?
They didn't even mention it either. He's just like, he's magically there. And I don't think he was, as far as I remember, he wasn't even with him on the pre-show. So like he just like within a couple of days just magically became a part of the Don Callis family.
Yeah, wasn't he part of the Team Taz thing? No, that was Wardlow.
Well, I mean, Hobbs is allegedly with Callis too. So basically you just reformed the whole fucking Taz stable, minus Hook.
Yeah, well, maybe. And we were going to get into it a little later, but Hobbs actually, Meltzer confirmed that Hobbs is cleared, but Hobbs actually confirmed it too, because we all know Meltzer's been a little, on the, you know what I'm talking about. Hasn't been very accurate, what I'm talking about, folks.
Welcome to This Horse's Anus.
Not sure if it's, well, yeah, it is. It's about that bad. Yeah, Meltzer has just not had a very good run of it the past few weeks. He made that whole thing about The Rock not being at WrestleMania 41. The Rock says, don't believe that bullshit. Dave says, oh, I'm going to have to check my sources. Maybe something's changed. No, Dave.
Enough ums or you knows in that sentence for it to be a proper Meltzer, but then you got it back.
That's right from the horse's mouth, man. You might want to believe that shit. I mean, yeah, The Rock, he may be working him, but
True.
Wow. Anyway, then I guess we can just get right into the main show. We don't need to dig deep into every match, but we did see Hangman Adam Page versus Switchblade Jay White. It was a pretty good match. I definitely enjoyed it. I thought it was a good kickoff match for this show. I still am very annoyed at the look of Hangman. I don't know why it's annoying me. He just looks, I don't know. It just doesn't fit him for some reason.
The fucking bedazzled flame trunks.
Yeah, that and just the whole going cowboy with the beard and the mustache and the what is he don't even have a fucking southern accent. I mean, I know I live in Texas and I don't have a southern accent, but I don't claim to be a fucking cowboy either.
Should have been a cowboy.
Well, yes, I should have.
You should have learned to rope and ride. Yeah, there we go. All right,
rope and ride.
Fucking A, bro.
I knew where you were going with that.
Mm-hmm.
Driving my steer, having my pony on cattle drive. It was a good song, though. I like that song. Good song. But all right, so that was a decent match. I guess forget about the fact that I don't like the way he looks. It doesn't really matter. The match itself was good. Then we had the Willow Nightingale and Mariah May match. Why are they putting up pictures of Willow Nightingale like 30 pounds lighter? When they showed her picture before the match, it was like, why? She looked like Mercedes Moné. And I was like, what the fuck are y'all trimming her down for in her pictures? She doesn't need, I don't know. Just leave it the way it is. She's not,
Was she a great big fat person?
She's really not. She's the thick girl. She's a thick girl.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like she's smaller than Nia.
I mean, this is true.
So, it's smaller than Nikita Lyons, who came back looking like she may have actually ate a lion when she was out in 1 or 2 sittings, maybe.
I was wondering about that because I was looking at her and I was thinking about it. I was just like, is her body type what was causing her to get injured so much? Because she's got like, I'm not even trying to talk shit. She just is built differently than other females, and it's like, is that why you keep getting injured? Like, is there any validity to that? I mean, I'm not a fucking doctor. I don't know, but because it seems like she's perpetually injured. Like, I would give her 2 months tops before she's injured again.
Oh, I would say if she gets injured again, it's bye-bye time. I mean, come on.
You would think.
At some point, they got to be like, okay, this is, I see a pattern here. But I don't know, man. You'd figure the more cushion around the joints and muscles would help. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a fucking biologist. Is that what you have to be to do this?
I mean,
anatomist?
Actually, I feel like it's kind of the opposite because Foley was saying that he probably made things worse doing what he did, having extra weight. Because it's just like it was kind of harder on his body to be as active as he was and doing like the kind of high demanding like stuff that he did on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the reason. Excuse me. I'm not sure if that's the. I mean, I guess you could add that maybe to one of the reasons she's getting hurt a lot, and that's a decent amount of weight pulling down. So I don't know, but she still looks good. I'm not saying she looks bad. Just saying she came back a little thicker.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, you go on the opposite end of the spectrum, and like fucking Rey Mysterio fucking blew out his knees like 47 times, and he's a very small man.
Yeah, exactly. But he's also flipping around, and it's hard to always land correctly. But
It's true.
this match, this Willow Nightingale Mariah May match, wasn't a very bad match. It's just they looked like they were having a hard time getting into that second gear to me, but it wasn't a bad match at all. It wasn't a
It's
bad
all right.
match.
Yeah.
With we had Mariah May winning and retaining, which I believe we said she would.
I did, yeah, for sure. I believe you did as well.
Yeah, I believe so. Now, then we had the Jack Perry and the Shibata match, which I thought this was a really fucking good match. These two were fucking not holding shit back. And then, listen, I got to tell you, in the past couple days, we've actually seen past couple of shows for AEW. Looks like they're going to start using some more DQs and some other some different finishes to further these storylines, because basically that's what they did here.
Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that as long as it's not, like every match, or it's not like big, significant matches that deserve a blow off, a proper one. You throw like a couple of disqualifications in there, like maybe a fucking no contest, a double count out every now and again. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, Perry did win this match, which he definitely should have. So after the match, really, is when everything happened, and everyone kind of forgot about the match after like 5 minutes after it was over. Daniel Garcia comes sprinting to the ring, and he's out there. Next thing you know, MJF's music hits, and we get those two going back and forth, yelling at each other. Perry comes in and hits Garcia. MJF does his little spiel, and then Adam Cole's music hits, and holy fucking pop.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't shocked, but damn, that place lit the fuck up for Adam Cole, man. Adam Cole comes back Adam Cole completely fucked this guy over. It was literally the devil, and he's coming back as this with a babyface pop, man.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like, they kind of attempted to explain it Wednesday, but I was like, yeah, this whole thing started with like an MJF, Adam Cole turning on MJF, and then MJF like came back and beat the shit out of Cole, and Cole was still a heel at that point, and Cole just like disappeared for another 2-3 months, came back, and now everybody's cheering for him. It's like nothing really happened in between that time, but they ended up trying to explain it Wednesday.
Well, it kind of happened the way me and you had talked about it happening. I fucked you over before you fucked me over, and you were going to. How many times did we say that?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how the story was going to go. And fucking look at this. It's all the way down the road, and we nailed it.
Right.
What do you think? It is. Yeah, we did. We said it was going to go just like that. But, man, that was a huge pop for Adam Cole. He didn't say anything, but, we had two returns, MJF and Adam Cole. So good stuff. I know MJF has been back already, but he took off for a little while, and we know Cole's been out for a while.
Kind of seemed like they just had MJF waiting in the wings until they could fully lock down Garcia, because as soon as they extended Garcia's contract, out came MJF. So
yeah, and I mean, we do find out that yesterday we found out MJF, when they were doing the little promo last night, that he's not going to give him the rematch. He's just going to, dangle it in front of him and piss him off. That's all he's going to do. So they may just keep going back and forth, and we may get the Daniel Garcia match, which, whatever. Who cares? I'm sorry. That guy is just, Daniel Garcia is just, he's just there.
He needs a manager. I mean, he can do it in the ring. He needs a manager.
No, there's nothing special about him. He's a guy in a t-shirt.
I mean, I'm not arguing that. That's why I'm saying he needs a manager. Like, he's a competent wrestler. He's a good wrestler. But he's just, there's no character there, and he's not good at promo. He's Ricochet, but he can't do the cool moves. So he's like
Well, okay. So you give him a manager.
Mhm.
What character does that give him?
Kind of depends on the manager, I suppose. I mean, that's you do. You're right, though. You do need to flesh out the character more. I'm not disagreeing with that. Like he does need. I think I said too. He doesn't have a character. Like he needs somebody to speak with him. He needs an identity. He needs something.
I wouldn't even care if he was the fucking Garcia brother.
Honestly, so far, that's been the best thing I've heard pitched for him. And it's not even like it's out of the realm of possibility because you got fucking Danielson there, you've got Nick or Bree there. So you could I'm sure you could fucking rope Nikki into. You tell her that she's gonna get to be on TV, let her plug some dumb bullshit, and then next thing you know, there it is.
He should be the long lost Garcia twin. He should. That's the only thing. And you know what? That would at least give him a character coming down to the ring with two girls. That would give him something people could look at and maybe go, maybe this guy is worth it. We're looking at the Tatas, but maybe he's worth it too. Okay.
Just full on give him the fucking Mark Marrow gimmick.
Come on, we're all looking at Nikki's. We're all looking at Nikki's tits.
Mm-hmm. You said long lost Garcia twin, and it got me thinking about that scene in Half Baked where like fucking guy buys Jerry Garcia in a pouch. I was like, where did you get that from? He's like, it was Andy Garcia. It was like fucking Jerry Garcia's cousin or some shit. I forget what he said exactly, but that's what you got me in a whole different direction there when you said the long lost Garcia.
No, not Jerry Garcia, but yeah, I'm telling you, dude, that's it. We've got it, dude. That is the storyline. AEW. Listen to us. He's the long lost twin of the Garcias. I mean, listen, Johnny Ace is out of the family now. Divorce. So, listen, that whole family's going to need a job. They're going to need a job.
How desperate do you think CZW becomes before they like start thinking about trying to bring in Johnny Ace?
Oh God, I don't think they will. GCW might.
I think fucking Dynamic Dudes reunion or something. Have Johnny Ace out there.
Is CZW even running shows anymore?
I feel like this. It can't be a good sign because I feel like every time we talk about CZW, immediately the next question is CZW still alive? And the answer is almost always yes, but unfortunately, the fact that we have to keep asking that question is indicative of how good of a company they are at the moment.
Okay, yeah, they do have shows. They've got one coming up actually in 2 days in Houston. Okay, so all right, they've got some shows coming up.
They're like TNA, except they're just not like as endearing. Like you don't want to root for them to succeed; you just want to make fun of them.
I can't tell if this is Orange Cassidy or someone trying to be Orange Cassidy in this picture, but is he in another tag team called Post Game?
Not that I know of. I've never heard of that.
Hold on.
He was in a stable called the Gentleman's Club with Chuck Taylor, Drew Gulak, and somebody else. Swap Monster. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so who's this?
That's not Orange Cassidy. I've never fucking heard of these people. I mean, granted, I'm not following the indies as much as I used to, but
is that Lemon Cassidy?
Mm-hmm.
Lime Cassidy. Banana
Sugar.
Cassidy.
Yes. Ooh, I
don't know. Sounds like a bad drink. Oh, there we go. Rich Swann.
You had a poor Rich Swann. Deserves better than that.
I will say it is cool how they turned the cursor into the CZW logo. I will give them that. That's kind of cool because that's what. Look, the CZ. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, you go up here. It's the little. Yeah, it's that. You know what? I'll give him that. All right.
Junie Underwood is the worst fucking name in all of this. Keep scrolling downward. You'll eventually get there. There it is.
Oh,
He looks like a fake Jeff Hardy, and he has a shitty name.
Oh, this one, Junie Underwood. Yeah, wow.
That's right. Jimmy Underwood.
Well, Griffin McCoy isn't exactly much better. Carly is okay. Journey Burke. Not bad.
This shit.
Oh,
This shit sounds like the kind of shit that would like these names sound like the names of like the fucking created wrestlers that you play on like a WWE story mode, like in the video games.
Yeah.
Like nobody would name these wrestlers and shit. What are you thinking?
Well, there you go. All right, so they are still running shows. Well, good for them. I had no clue. I don't think anybody else does either, but awesome. Hey, it's only $20 to $50 fee. You can probably get right up front for that $50.
That's right. You could finally touch Junie Underwood.
That's right. And Timu Orange Cassidy down here. There you go. Look what you can do. Look what you can do, folks.
So anyway, ask Rich Swann if he's okay. Maybe bring him a covered dish.
Yeah, we did pretty good. We made it through 3 whole matches without going off topic. I think that's pretty good for us.
I think that's actually, they should just start doing that to wrestlers that get in trouble now, like the court. Like instead of actually like giving them community service or even arresting them, like you decide the severity of the punishment equals how long they have to spend in CZW.
Ooh.
So like Rich Swann, like he probably only has to do a couple of months, but like I don't know, you get like an Alberto Del Rio or Johnny Ace, they're going to be there for years.
They're banished to CZW. Mm-hmm. Banished to CZW. We're fucking
like about a month for Velveteen. Bring Velvet. Why wouldn't they? Jesus Christ! What if you're CZW? What the fuck do you have to lose? Seriously.
I'll tell you, it would get the name out there again.
You can't go farther than rock bottom.
I mean, I don't hear anyone talking about CZW. I used to at least hear some people talking about it, but I hear nothing. I'm sorry, I think you cut out there for a minute.
No, I was just echoing your sentiments. They have literally nothing to lose.
You did, or is that? Oh yeah. No, they don't. They don't. It could at least, at minimum, get the name back out there. So yeah, they probably should bring in someone like a Velveteen Dream or something. He came back for some company a while ago, but then he just kind of disappeared. So, and they tore that fucking guy apart, man. I don't know.
We talked about it.
My dogs are barking. Someone might have just come home. So there we go. See, not only did we didn't just go off topic, folks. We even came up for a gimmick for Daniel Garcia that would absolutely give him something. So AEW, if this gets used, that's it. Let's see. It's 10:18 p.m. Eastern, 10:17. We are expecting royalties.
I somehow think that's more likely to happen for WWE because I was fucking pushing for a shark cage, and then like a week later they announced that there was a shark cage in the pay-per-view, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!"
Well, Garcia just signed with AEW, so it's going to be a while. So let's just push for it here. Maybe Tony would pay us royalties. Triple H wouldn't. He'd fucking sue us.
I don't even want the money. I just like make some of this shit a reality. I want to see fucking wrestling DMV, and I want to see Big E singing Pile Driver. Make it happen. The
wrestling DMV in the actual management office?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where you go to get your fucking manager's license.
Oh my God. I would love it, dude. I would fucking love that shit. My Absolutely. God, we should start it. We got to do it, man. We got to start a fucking wrestling company, and we could actually do that. It would have an office, everything. Have a little, wouldn't be called the DMV because we would get sued for that, Department of Motor Vehicles. We have to call it like the Office of Wrestling License, the OWL, the OWL. Ooh, where you going? Got to go to the OWL. I like it.
That might get us in hot water with Anthem, but we'll deal with that when it comes.
Oh, fuck them.
That's what I say.
Fuck them. We could figure out a better name then. Fuck them right
because
now.
As long as we don't do anything to piss off MLW, because they're the people that come at you with the attorneys.
Oh yeah, they sue people, bro. They do.
I think TNA, they're just so cheap that they don't even sue people because they're not trying to like spend the legal fees.
They're like, nobody cares. Nobody has time to fucking go sit in court. Leave it alone. But anyway, back to Wrestledream. We had this 3-way match with Ospreay, Ricochet, and Takeshita. It was no DQ, so everybody was all over. This was a clusterfuck. This match turned into a clusterfuck. Takeshita won, which is great, but we got to see Kyle Fletcher turn heel. Ooh.
I was curious to see how you feel about this because I was actually enjoying. Like, I would say the only like better triple threat that I've seen in recent memory that I could just remember is that the one, ironically enough, in TNA, with fucking Joe Daniels and AJ.
Yeah, the match itself was fine. I had no problem with the match. I thought it was a little overproduced. I thought there was just too much shit going on at a couple of times in the match. Let me yell at my dogs to stop barking real quick.
Sure. Well, what I liked about it more than anything was like everybody, like didn't seem like there was like long periods of time where there was just one person left out while two people were wrestling. Like they actually did a good job of incorporating 3 people at once. Or like, because you had the whole fucking little, like how they did the first time they wrestled. They had the Ospreay, Ricochet, they did the little superhero pose. Then Takeshita was like, man, fuck that shit. Drop kicks for both of you. He just took them both out. It was like, fuck yeah, dude. That was great. And then they were just like, every time somebody would hit a move, somebody else would be right behind him to take him out. And it was just like the momentum kept going back and forth. I thought it was cool how they just worked in the offense with like, like I said, 3 people at once.
Yeah, it was when everyone else started jumping into the matches when I thought it just started getting it. I kind of thought
and
it was
I
unnecessary.
agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you on that. But like I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, we didn't really need all the fuckery at the end. But then at the same time, I can't complain that they don't have a lot of stories and then complain when they're doing a story. It's like I would like to see it just play out without the bullshit, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I see what they're doing. They're trying to set up something for the future. So it's like I'm not too like hurt about it or upset with it, but like I do agree with you that it would have been just as good, if not better, if they didn't do all that. But they're trying to make people tune in for the next show, so on and so forth. That shit.
Yeah. Meanwhile, really nothing got answered on Dynamite. So, interesting. My left ear just shut off.
There's actually more questions because now they fucking just randomly put Brian Cage in there, and they're trying to figure out what that has to do with anything.
Yeah, we got Cage in there now. People are saying that Lance Archer is stealing Drew McIntyre's gimmick. Folks, well, you might want to rethink that, folks. Archer has had the same gimmick for a long time. Actually, Archer had that fucking gimmick as Lance fucking Hoyt.
Mm-hmm.
Archer was walking down in fucking leather jackets and being tall back when he was in WWE.
Although ironically, they both did like a shitty rock band gimmick because you had Rocket Rave and TNA where they were coming out with the Guitar Hero controllers, and then you had fucking McIntyre was in like a 3-man band. Like their careers kind of oddly link up in weird ways.
Yeah, it does kind of, but it's just basically all the fucking the WWE. Whatever you want to call them, the hardcore WWE guys just making fun of Lance Archer, who I think Drew was still the chosen one when Archer was out there doing shit. So anyway, that's neat.
He was briefly in WWE for a minute there because he was in ECW.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was Lance. I don't think he was
Archer,
Lance.
Or
he was,
Vance
Archer. Vance Archer. That's what it was. It was Vance Archer. Because we interviewed him. Me and Shaheen interviewed him about probably 6 weeks after he was out of WWE.
That's pretty cool.
I think it was very recent after he was let go that we talked to him, and I mean, we didn't even bring anything up. We really just asked the guy questions. He was really, really fucking awesome to talk to. So. He
does seem like a good guy.
Yeah, he really was. He really told us everything is on the table. Just keep everything positive. That's all he wanted. He said, just Try to keep it positive is all I ask. And the end of the interview was like, guys, appreciate y'all keeping it so positive. So obviously it was a good interview, but he was really nice. He was really cool. But yeah, we've got him in there now. What's going to happen when Hobbs comes back? Do you throw him in a group where he's going to get fucking lost? Or do you bring Hobbs back and make him a fucking monster badass? This company does not have a monster beast badass right now. They don't. So what are they? They need one, man. They need one. And please, if anyone, if the next person that mentions bringing fucking Ryder back in to be the beast can fucking kiss my balls.
I mean, technically they have a beast. They have a beast shows, huh?
Oh God, that's just a fat dude in a fucking Mantaur helmet. You can't fucking fool me. You can't fucking fool me. Too old for this shit.
Oh, Hijo de Mantaur.
Too fucking old for this shit. You can't just get Mantaur and go, oh, put a Latin spin on it. No.
Hombretar.
It's like putting baked beans in a burrito and saying it's Mexican. No, it's not. Okay.
I think in this case he actually is Mexican. Well, like you said, Latin twist on Mantaur, but yes, I understand what you're getting at.
See, I said Latin. It was very vague. Purpose.
True.
See? Very vague. I'm not sure what he is. He could be. I'm not sure where he's from. So, but
I mean, he was in AAA for a while, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
No, it means nothing actually. No, not at all. But yeah. So a lot of confusing stuff going on right there. But I guess we'll just have to see how everything works out. The Kyle Fletcher turn was kind of predictable. I think we all knew where it was coming, or that it was coming. But I did think it was good to see Takeshita finally get some gold around his waist. I think a lot of people have been kind of pushing for that. And now we got it. Easy now. Then we saw Renee Paquette backstage with Jerry Lynn and Orange Cassidy. Talk about unnecessary. This was a Dynamite segment.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for this talk here. None at all. Well, I mean, what, did they just want to get Hook on the fucking pay-per-view for a minute? He was out at the end. They didn't have to. Then we had the Swerve segment. We don't need to go through all this. Basically, there was a back and forth with Swerve and MVP and Shelton Benjamin and Nana. You didn't know where what?
Out Nana for still selling weed to high school children.
He's like, yeah, I've been hearing about that one.
Which,
when's y'all's next show? I could use some weed.
I swear to you that I am not the cops, my friend.
That was funny. But you really didn't know. But, you know, in the end, Swerve said, Nana, you may be all those things, but in the end, you're family. And told MVP to take his business card and shove it up his ass. Which led to Shelton Benjamin getting pissed off, which led to my favorite part of the week was Wednesday night watching Shelton Benjamin ragdoll Leo Rush around the fucking ring. It was beautiful to watch.
I actually got to say I'm mildly surprised because I thought you would go the other way with this. I thought you'd think that Leo Rush got too much offense. And that was my thought when I was watching it. I was like,
he got in a little bit, but he got the hell beat. He got shot into the fucking corner, the knee to the face, the the suplex that didn't land. All right.
He made Shelton look like $1 million. Shelton got all of the shit in that. I did have a nice laugh though because the Leo Rush comes out like, you know how they do with the graphics. They mention like whatever accomplishment this person did. Like so and so has like a 15 match winning streak, or they've won 18 of the last 20, or whatever the fuck bullshit. Leo Rush's graphics said recently he signed with AEW. Like that was his accomplishment.
Should have said can get his own meal at the buffet.
Doesn't
There's
have
a
to get
good one.
donuts for Mark Henry anymore since he left.
There you go. Needs a step stool to brush his teeth at hotels. There's a good one. Could have put that in there. That would have been a good stat. That would have been a good one.
Marginally taller than Davey Richards.
Gets mistaken for Kevin Hart too much. There's another one you could put in there.
I like that as an idea. You have fucking Leo Rush be Kevin Hart. I'm trying to think of who you could bring in. Fucking, I don't know. Who's a wrestling fat guy? Fucking unmask Mortos and have him beat Jack Black, and then they just like their tag team. They just ruin every segment that they're a part of, just like the real Kevin Hart and Jack Black.
There you go. I mean, it is time to probably unmask Evil Uno. You could do that with him too.
That's perfect, actually. Yeah.
There you go. Fuck. Take the fucking hint, Excalibur. Take the mask off. Sitting there in a fucking mask. How much you want to bet Jim Ross looks down at the fucking end, sees that mask, and is just sitting there like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into?
Fucking Gordon Solly didn't need to wear a mask by God.
I used to work with professionals. I'm sitting a fucking 4 seats down from a guy in a grown man in a mask, and he's not even a wrestler.
Tell you what, fucking Bob Cotter will be spinning in his grave. If he's not dead, by God, I will kill him with my own bare hands. You're fucking pissing me off, son.
Bring Lawler in here to beat your ass. But anyway, enough about Leo Rush needing step stools in hotels. I like this segment. I thought it was a good segment, and I'm kind of glad that I wasn't sure where they were going. I thought maybe Nana was going to take some time off. You never know with this company. I mean, Stokely Hathaway is sitting there just waiting in the wings, making fun of tag teams right now. But
I like that idea of that being his new gimmick instead of just like trying to recruit people. He just makes fun of people that have a hard time.
Yeah, there you go. I could do that. He could just try to recruit everyone. They just tell him to fuck off. Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Beast Mortos, he was in the next match. It was him and Hologram in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Nothing wrong with the match. It was a fine match. It's just you can't just throw a mask on Mantaur and just Latin it up, and it's a no. I know exactly what this is in Hologram. We knew Hologram was going to win because Tony's putting all his fucking chips in the Hologram.
I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand. Like, he's a good wrestler, but like, I think the look is corny as shit. It looks like fucking early 90s WWF type gimmick. Like the kind of shit you would see like in the middle of a Raw that just nobody cared about. Like, I'm talking like fucking Rob Bartlett era Raw, not even like fucking Raw's Warzone type shit.
It looks like Sin Cara.
Like, he'd be wrestling Mr. Perfect, and they wouldn't even be showing the match. They would just be putting over some more important angle that's going on at the time.
Yeah, it's just...
No, he actually looks like fake Aerostar. Because it's the fucking same mask as Aerostar, just slightly different.
And they even named his move the Portal Bomb. Tony had to get that portal in there somewhere.
How do you go? How do you let go of fucking Pentagon and Phoenix, and then this is the guy? Like, especially like if you just put Pentagon and him like side by side, you're like, which one looks cooler? Fucking objectively, 10 people out of 10 people say Pentagon.
Oh yeah, and according to some people right now, they're just trying to stick more time on Phoenix and Pentagon. So, hey, folks, this is business. Everyone's
I understand. Like, I understand that they have the right to do that. That shit just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I mean, I understand the contractual obligation of it, but like, why would you keep somebody that you know does not want to be there? Because like, if you put them in the ring, they're not going to work as hard because they know they're already out. So all you're doing is potentially like endangering or putting in danger somebody, like whoever you're going to have them working with. because they're not going to be caring. They're not going to be paying attention. At the very least, they're just going to put in a half-assed effort, and it's not going to be a good match anyway. So you're just fucking spinning your wheels and wasting your time.
Yeah, and usually what they do is they just keep them, let them sit home, and pay them not to go to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do a lot of times. So we'll see what happens. That's probably what they're going to do. But I don't know. Hologram did end up winning though the 2 out of 3 falls match, which brought us to the grudge match: Darby Allin versus Brody King. Another match that went the exact way we knew it was going to go. Darby getting his ass kicked through 80%, 90% of the match, comes back in the end, wins.
I mean, I did pick Brody to win, but I was just hopeful that they just weren't going to be. I knew Darby was winning, but I was just like, please don't let Brody go out like a bitch. It's like they did.
Smark, I knew you were kidding.
Yeah. I felt bad for him. I was like, you inadvertently made him the face in this feud, because I wanted to see Brody just beat the ever-loving shit out of him and then win that match.
Nah, I knew that was going to happen. Even got a little handshake at the end, folks, which, that wasn't that sweet. Wasn't that sweet. But there you go. So, yeah, Darby did end up winning the match. Like I said, handshake at the end. Then I wasn't the only one pissed off at this match. The tag team championship match, Young Bucks versus Private Party. Man, I'll tell you, a lot of people say absolutely Private Party should have won that match. Even though the build up to it was shit, they should have won. These belts need to be taken off of the Young Bucks. The story would actually be better if they had lost it and had to chase the titles. It would actually make for a more interesting storyline than literally them copying the Authority bullshit that we've already fucking seen.
I mean, I guess the only thing is, like, they're eventually going to have them win the belts. Like, I don't even think they're going to be the people that end up beating the Young Bucks for the belts. Like, I honestly don't even think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be further down the line than that. But at the same time, like, they loaded it up so much. Honestly, like, if I had to guess what I think happens, and I could be like out of my mind with this one, I could be going on a super big limb. If you don't end up having it be somebody in Blackpool Combat Club, they already have the trios titles, so they're probably not going to have them in the tag team titles too. But what I'm thinking happens is that fucking Ospreay and Ricochet end up becoming a tag team, and they're the ones that beat the Young Bucks.
Oh, see, I would put the Outrunners. I'd put them on. I put the fucking titles on them in the next few weeks.
They are hot. They're very hot. Yeah,
they're hot. Strike while the iron's hot. This is something we have. We and many other shows have complained. WWE, they wait until the fucking the heat dies down, and then they try to fan the flames by, doing it too late. That's not how it works. I would put the fucking titles on those guys. Who's the Football King? How you doing, sir? Good to see you. What the fuck is going on tonight? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. I don't know what's going on tonight. Wrestling.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking wrestling, man. What the fuck's going on with you tonight, sir?
Hanging and banging.
There you go. Fanging and banging.
But yeah, I mean, they loaded this shit up so much because they had, like, on the Dynamite, they basically said, like, Private Party, you haven't accomplished shit. It's like your first tag team match on a pay-per-view, and 5 years ago with the company. Then they do the pay-per-view, and they have this video package with Amazing Red basically telling them, like, you guys haven't accomplished shit. You need to go out there and get this done because you have no excuses. Like, it's now or never. Put up or shut up, boys. And then they come out second. Like, they had Young Bucks come out first. Like, they did all this shit. Whereas, like, if you have them lose, you make them look like total bitches. And then they lost, and they looked like, I mean, the crowd was behind them, but it's like, you just spent, like, the bulk of the last week talking about how they ain't shit. And now, like, instead of, like, being like, no, they actually are. It's like, nope, you were right. They ain't shit. That's it.
I'm just looking at the Football King, and that's an interesting comment. Why would you do that?
Everybody gets a
And
platform.
I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Like, he can troll all he wants to. The man has a Bears profile picture. He's like tugging at my heartstrings.
Smark's like, fuck it, you're a god.
Hey, you're a Bears fan. You can come in here and talk all the bullshit you want. I don't give a fuck.
Duh, Bears. They can like
Yeah.
all duh dick they want. All right.
That's right.
Uh,
I'm actually going to not leave that up there the entire night.
no, don't. Eventually they'll fucking take us down. All right. So after that, we had this Mark Briscoe, Chris Jericho thing match that we had. It was for the ROH World Championship. And this match pretty much went the same, just the way we all thought it was going to. Once again, we knew it was just going to be a good back and forth. We knew there was going to be a little bit of interference. There definitely was interference. Mark Briscoe, though, ended up pulling it out. But, of course, Jericho, last night, was saying he wants his rematch because Mark Briscoe cheated. And I think the whole wrestling world went, oh, fuck. Not me. I like this gimmick, folks. I like this Jericho. I think it's hilarious. And I think the more y'all fuck with him, the more they're going to put him on television. So
There you have it, I guess.
that was so adult of me to do.
So, It's like, all right, good point.
I literally could have went nanny, 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 boo boo, and it would have been more adult of me.
You know what?
Message.
Exactly. Okay. Down to the final match here, folks. This was a really, really good fucking match. It was Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley. Marina Shafir was down there interfering the whole time before finally fucking referee decided to kick her out of the match or kick her out of the out of ringside.
Mm-hmm.
But this match was, I would say this match was mainly focused on Bryan Danielson's neck. That was what they were going for in this. He was really concentrating on the neck. He ripped the tape off. He, was just every move was coming down on Bryan Danielson's neck. So that's what they were trying to sell through most of the match here. But it was after the match that, holy shit, man, the fucking all of the Blackpool Combat Club came out. Wheeler came out. Wheeler turned on Bryan completely, which I think, again, that a lot of people saw that one coming. Then we already talked about the bag over the head, so we don't need to go into that anymore. But they were using the plastic bag on him. The locker room cleared the fuck out to try to help him. And the end of the show was basically Danielson being taken out on the stretcher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I like what they were doing with Yuta, that like basically he was going through with it and doing it, but he was like very reluctant. So this didn't seem very happy about it. Like he was basically just doing it out of self-preservation. Like he saw it was coming and he saw how powerful like Moxley was going to be, and he's like, well, not much I can do about this shit. Better with him than against him, I suppose. It's just, I thought that was an interesting story that they were telling. But that, I don't know if they're going to keep doing that, though. He seemed like he was pretty much going along for the ride when once did.
Yeah, he was reluctant in doing some of the moves, but not after a while. So I think they just realized, okay, now what are we going to do with Yuta since we're not going to put him as a single. So what are we going to do with him? But I guess
he kept he was choking Danielson with the bag, and he was like, just stop fighting. Just stop fighting. And then after a while, it was expecting him to be like, just poke a hole in the bag with your finger. You can very easily escape if you want to.
It would have been hilarious if he's yelling that.
Poke the finger. Just fucking poke a hole.
Oh, shit. That would have been funny. But I guess we can go from that right into the beginning of Dynamite, which we didn't talk about, which was another great promo by Moxley. I will say once again, I'm so happy they got him out of this fucking slinking down to the ring just to cut another fucking I'm a badass promo. I'm glad they got him actually saying something in these promos again. I thought this one was really fucking good. End of it was you work for me, and it looked like they were in the back of a pickup truck moving.
Mm-hmm. Well, at the end of the night, they got into that.
Looked like the truck was moving to me.
Hauled on out.
So great. Right now, I like. Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, listen, we even saw the return of John Silver on this show. We did. We got to see John Silver and Alex Reynolds, both of them. Haven't seen them in a while. All of Dark Order. You got to see Dark Order again, folks. I didn't even know they were a thing anymore.
They hadn't been doing anything for a while.
Yeah, didn't even know. But a few more things. I mean, I don't know how much more we need to really get into Dynamite. We talked about most of it already. I will say when FTR came down, and then I'm telling you, man, the Outrunners are over, man. They came down, and that crowd lit the fuck up.
Absolutely, yeah.
They definitely had that crowd going. We had another Mercedes Moné moment, which, my God, this character is just past annoying at this point. I did like that Queen Aminato was literally wiping her ass with Mercedes' face. That was kind of funny. That was funny. And the Christian Cage Jay White match actually was a fucking really good match. The main event actually was a good fucking match. I really like that, and Christian Cage got that win there. I was a really good match though.
I mean, I guess it's not entirely fair to say, considering that he's injured at the moment, because he broke his leg diving off in the cage. But just the more and more I see Christian, the more and more I have like that fucking Usual Suspects ending moment where I'm just like looking back at everything, and I'm like, Christian was the better of the two the entire time, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's just like the more you see, like definitely in terms of longevity, it's like he's doing some of the best work he's done his entire career right now. It's like man's on fire.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's doing really fucking good. So, but I don't know. I mean, do we really have anything more? Do we need to get into on Dynamite? It was what it was. I mean, there was nothing answered that we thought was going to get answered. But then again, you did have some guys that should be out this week selling major matches and injuries. So I kind of understand. If by next week we're not getting fucking answers, that's bullshit. I don't know how else to say it. That's bullshit. So hopefully
I think it's
by next Wednesday
or Combat Club thing. But I think that they're probably going to let that shit build for quite a while. I don't think it's going to be anything's going to be tied up in the next week or so as far as all that goes, because it seems like they're really setting that up to be a big angle. I think they're probably going to end up having a couple more people join, because like if they're going after the entirety of the roster, which is what Moxley was saying in the promo, basically just anybody involved with AEW coming for you. There's only like 3-4 people in this stable. It's like, well, that seems like that's going to be an easy thing to overcome. So probably get a couple more people in there at least.
And there's got to be someone pulling Moxley's strings. So we'll see what happens with that too. I mean, there's tons of stuff that needs to be answered. And, you know, I mean, we got, and now we got, and, you know, if y'all didn't hear, Jimmy Jacobs has gone from creative in AEW. So who knows what's going to happen. But according to both parties, it was a mutual kind of break. He's just burnt out, needs some time off. So Jimmy Jacobs no longer, I think he was a pretty, like, well, if not head of creative, pretty up there in creative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's a pretty smart guy. It seems like he has some good ideas, but he also just seems like he has a hard time doing anything for a long period of time.
Well, that can be tough when your boss just wants to do everything by ADHD standards and do everything, you know, week to week. You can't do that.
Keep fucking telling you, I don't know how I can book Roderick Strong every week. This guy does. What can I do with this one?
I can tell you what to do with them.
Wow.
Tell you exactly what the fuck to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking unemployment line. But yeah, Jimmy Jacobs, like I said, he is gone, and that actually was one of the stories I just realized that was my next story, my story to get into next, and I didn't even realize it. But yeah, he so we knocked that one out too. Awesome. Look at us.
See you in hell, Jimmy Jacobs.
This is really probably going to be one of our shortest shows in a long time because there is not much more to get into. Oh, we've already been going an hour. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. All right. Well, hey, folks, a little something came out called the PWI Women's 250 list. I do have the whole list. We are not going to sit here and mention 250 names. That's not going to happen. But we can, I can run down the list of the top 20. And then if anyone has, if you got any questions on where someone is, I do have the whole list also. So, all right. Let's go from the bottom. Let's go from the bottom up. What do you say, Smark?
Sure.
All right. It's always good to be on the bottom. Here we go. We got Laya Valkyria at number 20. Miyu Yamashita at 19. Miyu Watanabe, 18. 17 is Becky Lynch, which I'm a little shocked at because she's been out a lot of the year, but that's neither here nor there. 16 is Mina Shirakawa. 15 is Masha Slamovich. 14 is Mayu Awatani. I probably said that wrong. 13 is Io Sky. 12 is Liv Morgan. 11 is Roxanne Perez. Number 10 is Athena. 9 is Mariah May. 8 is Willow Nightingale. 7 is Bailey. 6 is Sari. 5, Stephanie Vacour. 4, Micah. 3
Yeah,
is
she was the Stardom champion for a while.
I thought I had heard the name before.
Yeah.
So 3 is Rhea Ripley. Number 2 is Jordan Grace. And number 1, congratulations, Toni Storm. And I think that's probably, I mean, I haven't seen anyone complain about Toni Storm being up there in number 1 spot. I mean, let's face it, she's had a great fucking year. She's had one of the best storylines out of all the women of a lot of the companies. I mean, she's been killing it out there. So what do you think of Toni Storm number 1, Mark?
I think Toni Storm number 1 makes perfect sense. I'm more confused as to why you have Jordan Grace at number 2 over Rhea Ripley, but that's neither here nor there, I suppose. I mean, Rhea Ripley didn't have as good of a year this year as she did last year, but still held the belt for quite a while going into WrestleMania and then got injured and then still has a high profile coming after that. I think she's only gone for like 2 months or so. And like I'd be damned if I could tell you what Jordan Grace is up to. I mean, being in the Royal Rumble, that's all I know that she did. Like nobody's fucking watching TNA. Get out of here.
Oh, she was having some really good matches out there for a while, and she did have a few appearances in NXT and WWE. So I could see it. And she got a lot of media for her body transformation too. So
is that what we're calling it?
She went from a thicken to steroids. Okay.
I mean, come on, it is what it is. Like, I don't think that they fucking test in TNA, and I guess WWE doesn't care if you're just bringing her in to do occasional shows. But there is no way in hell that woman is not on the roids.
I don't know. Might just eat a lot of chicken.
Maybe.
Protein. A lot of protein.
I mean, I guess it does kind of help that her husband like also doubles as like a pair of dumbbells. You just kind of do some curls with him, bench press him a little bit.
Meanwhile, he's jacked as fuck too. So
Yeah, he's fucking impressive, but
yeah,
he's a compact man.
He's got some Rey Mysterio in him.
How pissed off do you have to be if, like, basically, if you're him, if, like, basically AEW wasn't really using you because you were short, and then, like, you're like, fuck this shit, I'm quitting the company, and then they bring in Leo Rush. Like, there'd be a lawsuit. I'd figure out something. I'd like, yeah, I got to be able to sue them for something.
Oh man, Norab, my man, how you doing?
They didn't completely not use him, but they did. I think they made him drop the Ring of Honor title because he was so short. And then he was like, "Man, fuck this shit, I quit." And then he was like, "Well, we're bringing in Leo Rush." I was like, how dare you?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, that would be pretty. But I mean, where's Leo? I mean, you barely see Leo Rush. They literally used him as a.
Well, you barely can see Leo Rush.
Well, there's that, but I mean, they literally used him as a fucking ragdoll the other night. That's all he was out there to do.
Doing good, Norab. I hope you're doing good as well.
Yeah, Norab, thank you. Doing better, and hope you are too. Hope you're doing good too, man. But yeah, I mean, I guess I can go down and give a few that some people might be wondering about. Let's see. 21, by the way, is Julia. I know a lot of people were probably questioning where she was. You got any you're wondering, Smark?
That is kind of wild that they put that she didn't crack the top 20.
I think a lot of people would switch Becky Lynch and Julia 17 to 21.
Yeah, I'm trying to look here real quick.
Yeah, I think a lot.
I found one, but it's for fucking 2023. I was like, wait a minute, this is nothing of what you said. And then
do you? The only way to get the full list is to go to here. This is the full list right here. Go to the private section. It's right there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There it is.
Trust me, I hate using Reddit, but it was the only place I could get the whole list.
That's okay.
Let's see. We got Bianca Belair, who had a great year at 34. Where's Jade Cargill on this list? Jade Cargill, number 44. Wow, I thought she would be more up there, but she was transitioning to WWE, so she, wasn't really having matches for a while. So Chris Statlander at 36, she was out for a while also.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who else just stands out here. Sky Blue, who she was over as hell for a while, but I think she got hurt. 54. Thunder Rosa, 65, was out a lot of this year. So not much you can do there. Delta, number 70, who I believe is being brought up to the NXT. Let's see, who else are we looking for here? I'm just
they for sure are going to have to change her name when they get her in NXT, right?
I mean, you can't be named after fucking what people are out there fucking vaping.
This is true. I was thinking more about the airline company. I feel like that would. I'm not even trying to be funny. I feel like that would potentially have somebody suing. If CM Punk came out and named Pepsi, you'd be like, no, you're going to hear from attorneys.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Number 92, Giselle Shaw. 105, Nyla Rose. 107, Sol Ruka.
Hell yeah.
Skip down. Let's go down to the 200s here, folks, and see what we got here. Eva Lise. Has Eva Lise even had a fucking match in over a year? She's, at 189? I haven't seen an Eva Lise match in 2 years. Guarantee it.
I'd put her in the top 20. Just
God. All right, now I'm down on the 200s here. 250 is Nahir Robles. just so everybody knows.
Love her,
242
big
is a girl named Zones. Zones. Yeah, that's what I said. Zones.
I'm assuming she's probably a Japanese wrestler.
I don't know. Might be able to. Let's need to
I've
try
never
to
heard
find
of
that.
her.
Zones. I will put in Zones, and then I'm gonna have to put in wrestler.
I think some of these aren't real people.
Hold on.
That's my
She's
theory.
a Yoshi wrestler.
Yes, so Japanese.
Yep, Yoshi. Yep. Absolutely. Made her debut March 31st, 2023. So she's really only been wrestling for a little over a year and a half, just under a year and a half.
I mean, in relation to what you were saying about Evil East being on this list, at 155, I see Tessa Blanchard. Who was booking her? Honest to God, like I'm not even saying like that from being offended. I mean, genuine question. Who is booking her? Because I've never heard of anybody booking her. Like within the
dude, I get it. I mean, I get it. Aja Kong is on here.
Apparently, Norab says CML.
I mean, I don't
that makes
like
sense.
I said. Well, like I said, Evilise. What's the last Evilise match you saw? I don't know.
AEW, but I mean, I'm not following you.
Yeah, exactly. And that was when she laughed in the middle of the ring in the middle of something, and they basically threw her out. Diamante. I mean, Tessa Blanchard's at 155. I can't believe that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like who?
Yeah, 155. Diamante just above her. Abaddon, 154, or 3. She should have. There's a girl who should be used a lot more. It's fucking October, and they haven't even brought her out yet. So.
I think she's on Ring of Honor, maybe.
Oh, everyone watches that.
I mean, I'm saying they should bring her. I mean, I feel like they should use her more. I like her. I like the gimmick. It's a fun gimmick. And, like, she's not even, as far as I can remember, she's not that bad of a wrestler. Like, I haven't seen her wrestle all that much because they don't book her on Dynamite. And I'm not trying to watch Ring of Honor, but
yeah,
it's a fun gimmick, like you said.
Yeah, it is. But out of the top 20, like I said, I don't know if I would have put Becky Lynch up in that top 20. I think I would have dropped her down and brought Julia up to that spot. Willow Nightingale at 8. I think that's a bit generous. I mean, she's had a decent year, but my God, I don't know. Stephanie Vacour, let's face it, no one really was talking about Stephanie Vacour until Mercedes Moné put her in had a match with her, and that's when she kind of got on the map.
I mean, in terms of the national conversation, yes, but they're also factoring in foreign companies, CMLL, Stardom, shit like that. She wrestled Julia before that, and I don't remember for what company, but it was for like the New Japan Strong Belt.
Oh, well, now they're teaming up in NXT.
There you go. So like, yeah, she had some name value, so it wasn't even because like you're saying, there's a bunch of people on this list that like. I didn't know that they were still being booked. I didn't know they were still having matches. Like I saw Kylie Ray in there, and I'm not trying to talk shit about her, but I genuinely thought she had retired. So this is like there's just some people there that's like I did not know that they were still out there in these streets.
Yeah, I'm still a little shocked by Jade Cargill down at 44. I really thought Jade. I mean, you look at who's above her, and some of them I'm like, who the fuck? I mean,
I would say number 75 is Bozilla. And like, I know you don't really fuck with the Japanese wrestling, especially Japanese women's wrestling, but like, she's basically female Vader. And like,
really?
if she's still very new, like still kind of very green, but they have a partnership, Marigold and NXT. So like, as soon as she gets a little bit of experience under her belt, she is going to be in NXT and she's going to be breaking bitches in half. Like they're going to push her to the fucking. She's
not fat. She's not fat either. She is jacked big.
She's fucking huge, yeah. Like I was watching the Dark Side of the Ring, and they did one on Terry Gordy, and they talked to Terry Gordy's daughter, and that's what I think Terry Gordy's daughter would have looked like. That's not what Terry Gordy's daughter looks like, but that's what I would have thought Terry Gordy's daughter would look. She's a fucking big girl.
She is a beast, but she's. Hold on here.
She's got some work to do, but she's pretty good. I like her. She throws bitches around. It's fun to watch.
Here, we can give a little. There we go. There she is, folks.
She's huge.
There she is. And like I said, she's not fat at all. She is just a jacked girl. My God.
Nora saying she's only 21, so yeah, she's still new and she's still learning. She's still got some work to do, but when she gets a little bit more experience under her belt, she's going to be in NXT. She'll be in the main roster, pushing her to the fucking moon.
Yeah, she's got a fucking power lifter body, man. You don't see that on many women. That's especially not a wrestling woman. That's a lot of mass to be doing a sport like this. You got to be pretty agile.
5'11", 205. Jeez.
Shit.
And like you said, almost all muscle. Like not that much. Like not fat at all, not out of shape at all. Just mainly ones like fucking hey, man.
Wow, I've never seen I have never seen her before, and that was amazing. And here's a picture of her on her 21st birthday. Yeah, she is definitely she'll be something. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyone else we need to get to on this list?
No, I think we covered it more than I thought we would actually. So we're good with that.
I think so too. I'm still just a little surprised about Sky Blue. I mean, she was kind of set to have a great year, and then no bueno. Last
like you said, she did get injured though, so I get it.
Of news I have. Yeah, I know she did. But last little bit I got, Smark, is TNA announced a couple guys going into the TNA Wrestling Hall of Fame. Rhino is one of those guys. And also, because we all know who Rhino is, we don't need to get into that. Bob Ryder is the other guy that they are bringing into the TNA Wrestling Hall of Fame. Now, Bob passed away in, I think, 2020. But they are doing this now. Bob, if you don't know who Bob Ryder is, where have you been? And I'll tell you real quick. He is one of the you could almost say one of the pioneers of the IWC, because he was one of the first people on the internet using it as this like platform for wrestling talk. In the mid 90s, he co-founded OneWrestling.com. That was one of the first wrestling news rumor site out there. He was big, and he was a big part of WCW in the late 90s and even the early 2000s. But another thing he's also known for, folks, and you can hate him or love him for this, but he is one of the founding members of Total Nonstop Action, TNA, that launched in 2002. So there you go. They will be bringing him in to the TNA Wrestling Hall of Fame. But this guy was like the beginning of the IWC. He was really one of the first guys that actually had if you remember WCW Live, which was they credit him as being the first official internet show. Like, actually, the first ever wrestling show broadcast live on the internet is what he's credited for having. So, pretty good, man. Pretty good. But I really got nothing else, man. I mean, there wasn't much to get into.
It's been kind of a slow week, I think.
Yeah.
But
chat room, if you've got anything besides what you enjoy, or if you've got anything we didn't talk about. Norm, I know you came in a little late, so if you got anything you want to ask. But Yeah, otherwise, we'll just make it a short one, folks. Everyone's thinking Halloween.
Yeah, I know.
I
I was saying
suppose.
that back in the Bozo, I think the Bozo and Soray versus Julia and Tommy Hayashishita was a good match, a great match. He said that was it's kind of a long, convoluted story, but that was the main event for the first Marigold show. And the guy that started Stardom tried to start his own company, tried to steal a bunch of talent. And the end of the day, ended up finding out and firing him, and then he started his own promotion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. It was pretty
I remember
interesting.
hearing
I
all
saw
about
that
that.
first show. Yeah. Yeah, that all happened in November, so my memory's a little bit fuzzy on some of that shit. But I did see that first show. I follow them on and off. It's just a lot of shit's going on, so I don't have time to watch every one of the shows they do. But every now and again, I'll check in on them. But yeah, it was I saw that match. It was a good match, and it was funny because she was the least known person on that in the main event. Everybody else was a star, at least in Japan. They had their name value. And there's this who the fuck is this person? And then by the end of the match, they were just the whole crowd was cheering for her. She just came in and just started throwing bitches around. It was fuck yeah! They got behind. Japanese wrestling fans for sure get behind the big people that are just the power wrestlers that just beat the shit out of people. It does not take much the Japanese crowd behind you if you're a big motherfucker that can beat people up.
She looks like a taller. Who's that Russian girl in AEW? Starts with an L. Starts with an L.
Yeah, the short one. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the little one. She's little. This girl looks like that, but taller. I'm gonna definitely check out a Bozilla match or two. I want to see.
I'm trying to remember. I'm pulling up the roster right now. I know who you're talking about. Layla Hirsch. There we go. I didn't have to look it up. I found it. I got there. Name was on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, Layla Hirsch. I can see that.
Thank you, Norab. Thank you. Stuttering John got involved with a Pepsi commercial. I'd like to know where his stutter went. I believe we can just start calling him John now.
Well, that's spoiler alert. That's the Pepsi commercial. He's stuttering, and then he drinks the Pepsi, and then it just the magic of Pepsi cures the stutter.
It cures it. Pepsi will cure what ails you. I get it.
Well, they're bringing down their ambition a little bit because they had that commercial a couple years ago with the Kardashians where they were supposed to be solving racism through Pepsi, and everyone got upset about that one because it was fucking stupid. There was a controversy behind that. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I just remember there was a commercial where it was Kim Kardashian was drinking a Pepsi and was like, "Hey, let's not be racist, okay, guys?" And everyone was like, "This commercial is fucking stupid." So now they've gone from ending racism to just ending stuttering.
Well, for those who don't know, it was it's Cody Rhodes who has ended racism, folks, by marrying a black woman, having mixed babies. It's over, folks. That's all I'm saying is it's over. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Cody, for bringing world peace.
Who would have thought that him spraying her with his hose would have been the thing that cured racism?
Stuttering John faked it. He only does it when he gets caught lying. Yeah, it's pretty much it. That's why he's,
which is very often apparently.
That's why he's a scumbag.
Scumbag John doesn't have as much of a ring to it.
I think it has a great ring to it, actually.
I actually kind of am. I'd be more interested in listening to what Scumbag John has to say versus what Stuttering John has to say.
Scumbag John is at least honest and less annoying. I'd rather hear a scumbag than a stutterer. I'm just saying.
Hi, I'm Scumbag John, and I'd like to get you into a used Kia today.
Got very low mileage. Still got some warranty left with it, I think.
That's right. You get half of a year subscription to SiriusXM.
Actually, my wife, when she got her card, still had a year and a half left on the warranty because the person bought the extended warranty. They got roped into it. So when she got it, she still had I think a year and a half left on the extended warranty. Plus, they gave her they tacked another year on just because she bought the car. So she has a decent warranty for a while if anything goes wrong with that car, besides minimal tire damage. So, Stuttering John sleeps at 8 because he's half in the bag by 7. Well, that's what happens when you start at 6 a.m.
Hell yeah, dude. We've all been there.
Well, yeah, but usually when I start at 6 a.m., I'll eventually, I'm not drunk anymore after 12 hours. It just goes away. If you can fight through it, that shit'll go away. You can just keep drinking.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta fight it. You gotta have that fucking eye of the tiger.
Dun, 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 dun.
You gotta fucking want that shit. You gotta look right at that fucking. You gotta look at your fucking self in the mirror, look at you, and go, "There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow."
Actually, that would explain the enunciation problems if Sylvester Stallone was just drunk all the time.
I was drunk. The music hit me pretty hard. If you look at the movie, I think it hit me twice because I was like this.
Gentleman JR.
Yeah. Hey, we did it. Yeah.
And now he's the Tulsa King.
I actually want to watch that show. I think we all know.
Never watched that fucking show ever.
I may make fun of Stallone, but I fucking love a lot of his movies. Really, everyone says it's a really good show. It's really this is like a
My
great
follow-up
story.
question is, who is everyone? I'd like you to name at least 2 people.
Just when I see people talking about it, I barely know. I know my family, but when I see people on social media, I see good things about this show.
Fair enough. I'll enjoy it. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to watch and what not to watch. I just busting your balls on that one. The dumbest one is CBS. They rebooted Matlock. And they have a fucking commercial that plays during every fucking 20 seconds during NFL games. It drives me nuts. And it's this old lady. And she's like, "My name's Matlock," like the show Matlock, but not the show Matlock. And it's like, well, yeah, but it's for the show Matlock. So it's like, this is not funny. This is stupid, and I hate it. Make it go away.
You know that's Kathy Bates.
I got no heat with Kathy Bates, but I just don't want to watch the stupid fucking Matlock reboot. I don't want to watch anything that CBS puts out, for being honest about it. Apollo and I have been friends for nearly 12 years now. Him and I fought each other in London and in NXT. It's been a cool ride for him. But that's what Baron Corbin had to say about Apollo Crews. Is one of them retiring or something? That just seems like a weird finality.
Oh, I thought he was talking about like the crew of Apollo of the Apollo. Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because Apollo. Hey, Apollo. How you doing? I'm scared. All right, I'm scared.
You nutted halfway through that?
Actually, no. For some reason, I don't know how, but it turned into Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport. Have you ever seen that part?
No.
Oh my God.
Norab says Boxman would be happy if Corbin retired. I wouldn't be happy if Corbin retired.
No, I wouldn't, because I think you would be sad, Norab. So I would not be happy that you are sad. So don't put that shit on me, motherfucker.
I don't want you to be sad.
I don't.
I also am not entirely convinced that you're not actually just Baron Corbin. So I'm not going to. This happens from time to time. Occasionally, wrestlers will just listen to random ass wrestling podcasts.
Oh, here we go.
In the event that you are, I'm not going to say if you are or if you aren't. I'm going to say that I would be sad if you retired, because I don't want you to be sad.
Yeah, I would not want that. I mean, my personal feelings aside, I wouldn't want you to be an unhappy person. So, all right, give me a minute here.
What are you looking up? I'm confused.
The Jean-Claude Van Damme yell from Bloodsport.
I was not following the thread. I'm sorry.
I always have a problem when I try to play these YouTube videos on here, but this is only 40 some seconds. So hold on. Everyone else just heard that, but you didn't. Have you ever seen Bloodsport ever?
No.
What? What? Okay. He's getting beat by the guy who is Bolo. Do you know who Bolo Young is?
No.
It's going to be tough. All right. But you'll understand hopefully you'll at least understand where the scream came from. Hopefully
I feel like you're trying to explain this to like a woman or like your children. It's like, okay, so see what you got to understand is. All right, here we go. Hold on a second.
Bolo Young is playing. I forget the name, but okay, here we go. Let's play this, see if it'll work. It's better. It's better.
Get up, Frankie!
Here it comes.
Hell yeah.
It's not over. I told you it wasn't over. He had just had salt thrown in his eyes. And The Quest, I have not seen The Quest, but I will say I have it. Last movie I saw from Von Damme was the new one from this year that he just made a little while ago. And I saw From Hell a couple weeks ago, that one where he's in prison. But no, you need to watch Bloodsport, dude. How have you not seen Bloodsport ever?
I'm not like a super big action movie fan, I guess is the problem. Like if it doesn't have like we've been over this, if it doesn't have like teenagers being murdered in the woods, I'm typically not watching it. But I'll get around to it. Not this month because I'm watching horror movies all month because it's Halloween. But I've gotten shit for not seeing that. I've gotten shit for not seeing Dirty Dancing. I probably would never see Dirty Dancing. It's not.
I don't. Dirty Dancing is a very good story, but I don't think it's up your alley at all. I think that's down a different alley than yours.
Not trying to watch fucking Grease either.
Grease is just a fun movie, but again, musicals. No, I still haven't watched that.
Have you managed to watch the Southern John movie one too many?
No. But and again, Grease, I
think we actually have looked at the reviews because I think I read a couple of them like out loud. I couldn't be able to point you to an episode, but I've read them out loud. The IMDb.
I think we did read.
I think it was one of them with cheese.
Yeah, that's just not good. But yeah, I don't think Grease would be even remotely up your alley. Grease has a special place in my heart. Like I said, it's like the first movie I can remember, like being at a drive-in with my parents and everybody watching from the back of a station wagon. So, movie's got a little special place in my heart, and I do like me some John Travolta. I actually watched From Paris with Love. First time I had seen that last night. Badass movie. Badass movie. Travolta's just a fucking bad motherfucker in it. So, but yeah, I mean, listen, there's a ton of 80s movies you probably haven't seen, I guarantee it. But, and I mean, probably none of those Brat Pack movies are even remotely up your alley.
Have I seen one of those? I think I have. Yeah, no, because I've seen the one, it counts, right? The fucking Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club is definitely, yeah, that's definitely a John Hughes.
I like Breakfast Club. I like the part where they're like, the guys, I couldn't tell you which character is which, but the one where it's like, I didn't do my homework. Don't worry, we'll do it on the boat, Dad, or whatever the fuck. I like that.
That was Judd Nelson. That was Judd Nelson. Bender.
Yeah.
That was a good. St. Elmo's Fire, I like. I think that's another good one. But one of the Brat Pack movies, but not really a Brat Pack movie, but a John Hughes movie. Weird Science is probably one you'd like. Anthony Michael Hall, Kelly LeBrock.
Yeah.
Hot, smoking hot, Kelly LeBrock. Those are really fun to watch, but I don't know, man. I kind of, like I said, I've been stuck watching Liam Neeson and Jason Statham movies for the past couple of weeks. He got caught, right? No way.
That's pretty cool. I like this guy. Let's see if we can get him on. We'll get him on next week. Not really, but kind of.
He wrote his own review. I guess, was this his own review? I really liked it. Really good for a first timer writer too. Well worth it if you can get the plot and see past the plot too. LOL. Love unknown actors. Never know what one will see. Often it takes years to become a star. I would watch out for John to appear in many more films. I have seen a lot of independent movies. While I will not say this is the very best, I liked it a lot. Well-written script and solid acting. Yet, it is what it is. A story that is deep downtown NYC or any other town life. Bar scene is real, without a lot of unnecessary music, and the other actors are great. Played the parts. Don't give up on John Melendez, actor and writer. He will do so much more and better movies soon.
Don't give up on him. He'll do something better, I promise. That's probably the most honest part of it. It's like, we're trying our best, goddammit. Like, this isn't easy to make a movie, all right?
Fucking guy wrote his own review. What an asshole. Anyway, glad we read that. But anyway, folks, almost 10:30, 11:30 your time. I think we can go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. We've given you a couple 2-hour plus shows. Probably time to wrap this one up nice and early.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Let's see what's going on. We don't have anything next week. All right. Next. Now, Smark, I guess we need to go ahead and let's talk about this.
Actually, yeah, it turns out, by the looks of things, going back through the chat here, it seems like our friend, the Football King, has been banned.
Oh, well, I was, what?
R.I.P. to a real one.
Where's that?
I always just assume that all the new people are Dirk. So if it was Dirk that came in here just for a bunch of like weird offensive shit, good for him.
Might have been. Could have been. Shit. All right. But yeah, I totally forgot where I was going with this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not this Thursday, but next Thursday is Halloween. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Not next Thursday, the Thursday after is
2
Halloween.
weeks.
Yes, exactly 2 weeks from today.
Yes.
So it's going to be tough for me with the kids, bro. So I don't know. Are you doing anything Halloween night?
Not entirely sure. We'll play this by ear, I guess, is the point that we're trying to get to.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll talk a little more and figure it out next week. But I mean, I do have, 2 little ones that are still into the Halloween thing. I mean, I'm not going to have kids coming here, I can tell you that. But my kids do want to go out. I guess there's a couple neighborhoods around here that you can. People say there's some really good neighborhoods around here. So they're my kids.
Because who would want a guy to intervene, when you're just trying to have your way with a young Australian little boy?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You want to.
Neither one of my kids are Australian.
The okay by the host is amazing. He's like, oh, we lost him. He was on the verge of saying something.
Well, I mean, obviously it was taken, but okay, we're back.
There we go. Yeah, sorry. Good. We're good now.
What?
You cut out big time.
Oh, both of us. We were both gone for a second there.
Okay.
Both cameras were down for a second there. I don't know what happened. But anyway, I think we can go ahead and wrap this bad boy up and get on out of here. So we'll next week we'll give you the answer on Halloween night. But more than likely, I'm probably going to want to hang with my kiddos and watch them eat candy and stuff like that. So I don't know, but I'll talk to my wife. I'll see what's going on, and we'll go from there. But Smark,
Okay.
tit me. Talk to me about some titties.
That's it. Well, if you're a football fan, like our friend, the football fan, you can hear me. Jeez, man. Luke, and Matt. Totally inappropriate team sports. I can't promise Dirk. You're probably not going to get Dirk. Dirk won't be there. It'll be Dirk-free experience. Totally inappropriate team sports. We'll be talking NFL, NCAA, hockey's back. We're talking about that. Maybe a little bit of basketball or baseball playoffs. You never know. Come check us out. We're having a good time. We're hanging and banging.
All right. I got to ask, are y'all talking the pickleball over there, huh? Huh? Big sport right now.
Bunch of just out of shape old people hurting themselves. We should talk more about that.
See, all the Sonic, Sonic restaurants, the fast food places.
Sure. The distinction, the clarification is what made that agree. Like, no, let's not call them a restaurant. Let's dial shit down.
They're not.
We can't. We're not going to be so PC about this shit. This is a fast food place, not even quick service. No, this is goddamn fast food. Lower your expectations.
It is. Actually, I had it yesterday, but what I noticed yesterday is a lot of the ones around the East Texas area used to have sand volleyball courts outside of them. They've turned them all into pickleball courts now.
Yes.
So, wasn't sure if y'all were talking about this new sport, pickleball.
Yeah, pickleball's been a thing for a little while. It's becoming popular. I'm not trying to do it because I've been seeing a lot of people basically just getting injured because it's people who aren't necessarily always the most adequately prepared for athletic competition, doing strenuous activity and then paying the consequences of it. So I'm not going to be doing it. We have Sonics around here, but they don't have anything like that. Like I've heard of Sonics that have like volleyball courts, basketball courts, shit like that. We just have a regular ass Sonic that is next to like a quick loop place. So that's really all that we've got going on there.
Nice. Very nice. All right. Well, I wasn't sure. All right. On that note, folks, I did say I will be back this Saturday night. I will be doing a horror movie. Yeah, I'm going to be doing 13 Ghosts. I like to keep with my little kind of cult film genre when I do films, and this is definitely right up there with those. This wasn't a bomb at the theaters, but wasn't very well liked either, which I like doing these films. So we're talking 13 Ghosts with Matthew Lillard and Tony Shalhoub. So that's going to be 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Check it out live on Mixler. Just check out for Hollywood Hangout there. And that's it, folks. I don't think I have anything else. Mark, anything else? What? I'm not pulling that fucking picture up, dude. I'm not reading another fucking review.
I could. I actually would, but I can't because I can't fucking copy and paste for some reason. Anyways,
just highlight it and hit go to. You can't.
It won't let me, I guess, because I'm the administrator. But
all right, I'll fucking do it.
See, I can highlight it like that, but I can't actually go to it.
Oh shit!
You're saying the link is broken. Load. Even then, the link isn't broken. I can't go to it because I'm the administrator.
Yeah, it's not working. It's just giving me a picture of CDN. So anyway, I tried it anyway, Norab. It didn't work. But anyhow, everybody, appreciate everybody coming on in here. We will be back here one more time. Definitely next Thursday, we'll be back here 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Check us out here on YouTube. Folks, do that little do the subscribe thing. We're trying to get to 100 over there. Do that thing. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Do that thing for us. Help us out over there. See if we can get to 100. We can start doing super chats, folks. Taking your money.
Fucking write the URL in the fucking truck stop bathrooms. Or
Yes.
breweries.
I should do that. I got a truck stop 5 minutes down the road. Good idea, Smark. I'll write it in the shower.
If anybody is listening and you're thinking about like going on a mass murdering spree, like shout out our name numerous times while it's happening. If I'm not encouraging anybody to go to the clock tower, but I'm just saying if you plan on doing it anyway, go ahead and give us a shout out. Anyways, yes, it's time for us to leave before.
Yeah, I think it's time to wrap up, folks. Anyway, thank you very much. On that note, no murdering and
he's on fire.
All right, folks, let's just get the fuck out of here. Again, subscribe, like, review, tell us how much you love or hate us, and we will see you once again next week. Later. See ya.
Adios. Thanks.